Hello everybody, this is Kyrix, another edition of This Week in Kyrix. This is for the week of Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. I almost said 2016. God, how far in the past am I? It is being very lately recorded on Saturday, April 18th, 2020.
That's a nice head you
Because
have on
I'm
your
a
shoulders.
procrastinator. Yeah. So, obviously next week's not going to be super eventful because I covered everything worth a damn right here. But the situation we currently find ourselves in is that at this point my stimulus check is hit, which is very nice. I'm not even gonna lie. Capture cavalry is gonna charge. And I have already put it to quite a bit of use. I have used far more than I should have. I have basically set it up so that my Star Trek Let's Play is going to be, whenever I get off my ass and actually record it, will be done pretty quickly. There is a severe delay on 3 of the characters. That is to say, the Klingon Raptor pilot, the Klingon Battlecruiser pilot, and the Federation Engineer pilot, because ARC recently made changes to the game so that now the premium ships from tiers 1 through 4 no longer cost Zen, which is the premium currency. They instead cost dilithium, which is fine by me. I have lots of dilithium. And I think on my main character right now, I have something in the neighborhood of 330,000 dilithium just waiting to be refined at the rate of 8,000 a day. And it takes significantly less than that to do a tier 1 through 4 ship. And on top of that, I didn't even have to do that because I get to keep all the ships I had before, and I had a lot of ships. The problem is, the system isn't properly implemented yet, so I can't actually get those ships. And because they removed the ability to get them through Zen if you didn't already have them, I literally cannot get those ships right now. Which irks the fuck out of me. So those ones are on delay. The first thing I did was buy the Legendary Pack, which was the 10 Legendary ships. Those are basically hero ships. 4 version of Kirk's Enterprise. Well, one was technically Pike's Enterprise, but fuck you. You know what I mean. The Enterprise D, the Enterprise E, the Defiant, the Voyager, the Discovery, the NX. Actually, I think it might have just been 3 Enterprises. And the Odyssey, because I keep coming up with 11. Let's see. We have... Oh, that's right. One of them is combined. Okay, we've got Kirk's Enterprise, including the movie refit. We have the Kelvin Timeline Enterprise. We have the Discovery Enterprise. We have the Discovery itself. The NX-01 Enterprise, Enterprise D, Enterprise E, Defiant, Voyager, and the Odyssey, which I fucking love. And these hero ships are tier 6. It'd probably be more accurate to call them tier 7, because they have things that set them apart from other tier 6s, like they have a 6th mastery level when other ships only have up to 5. The 5th mastery, once you reach that, you can use that trait on any of your ships. The 6th mastery you can use on your entire account, which is really cool. On top of that, some of them have 5 weapon slots and not 4, and it just kind of steamrolls from there. Plus, any ones that have existing, well, they all have existing counterparts, get all the consoles of them, and in the case of the NX, they get an extra one. Because there didn't used to be a tier 5/tier 6 NX, it was just the tier 1 and done. Now, I didn't do it in time to get the Super Premium Pack, because I didn't get it on sale. If my stimulus had hit like 4 days earlier, I'd have gotten it on sale and gotten the big one for $300. Instead, I got the standard for $300 because I didn't want to spend an extra $150 on this. On top of that, I got the Temporal Pack, which was the stuff for my original series character, so All of his stuff is there. I had a bunch of Zen left over and bought basically all the different kinds of costumes. Even though I'll barely use any of them, because I'm not really a cosmetic kind of person. I bought a couple things on Mud's Market, where I bought the Tier 6 Vulcan scout ship that I actually was playing when that was available, but I missed it because I didn't go through the effort of it. So I got it when it was like 60% off, which meant for like 40 bucks instead of, or I got it for 60 bucks instead of 100 or something like that.
Today, the gods have
I
decided
bought the, let's call them old school upgrades, or old school prizes. They were things that used to be part of the story. Let's see, the Ophidian Cane, the Shard of Possibilities, the Riemann Science Officer, and the Breen Tactical Officer. The Riemann Science Officer used to be part of the Romulan thing. You just get him. The Breen Tactical Officer used to be a thing. There used to be a Breen campaign that was like 5 episodes long, and they scrapped it entirely. The Ophidian Cane used to be part of the Klingon thing, and they scrapped it, which I'm thankful for because that sucked a dick. I hated that whole storyline. And I forget what the Shard of Possibilities came from. I think it was part of the Dominion storyline, but I don't really remember. But basically I bought those, so I just have them, so I don't have to do those stupid quests anymore for it. I can instead focus on other prizes instead of getting those. And what else did I do? I bought the holographic Kirk crew. So basically everyone on Kirk's Enterprise, except for Kirk himself, I have as a holo crew. So that's cool. Just me doing shit for shits and giggles, really. I also got the Dakir class Vulcan science vessel for my science character. And the... I bought another thing. I bought a lot of things, actually. Oh, I repurchased, because I could have sworn I had it, but maybe I missed it, the Tier 5 Chang's Bird of Prey. It's not called that, it's called the Burrell Retrofit. But that's what it is, it's Chang's Bird of Prey. So, yeah, with all this new stuff, I'm basically set for my Klingon Bird of Prey pilot, my science officer, my tactical officer, my original series officer, my Romulan, my Jem'Hadar. I can finish those out anytime I want. Oh, that's the other thing. I also bit the bullet and got the lifetime membership, which was... oh, fuck, what was it? It was like $180 or something like that. And don't think it was just me buying stupid shit. I also bought shit I needed, like a new bike, lights for the bike. Lights for both bikes, actually. And some groceries, some stuff that I've been wanting for a while. I got a copy of Pokemon Shield for my friend's sister, who's also my friend. She helped me out on my Pokemon Let's Play by getting me several trades and such. So, really seemed only appropriate since she didn't qualify for stimulus to help her out. Plus, you know, I get a discount at Walmart, so... I ended up paying 12 bucks what she'd have paid market value for. Or 12 bucks less. And that actually got shipped out this morning, and if I had waited another hour, I'd have gotten caught in a thunderstorm. So, that's fun. I bought Resident Evil 3 and have actually already finished it. I will probably be uploading that Let's Play later today. So that's fun. Unlike 7 and 2... the game was so good, but lacked replay value, that I basically just needed to do one run and it was done. It's not like 2, where there were different stories I had to do, and then I had to do the other versions of those. And it's not like 7, where I keep trying to squeeze fun out of it by doing it over and over again, hoping I'll like it this time. You know? The Resident Evil 7 Let's Play is literally me forcing myself to have a taste for this game and failing. And, so it's kind of funny that the last one I started is the first one that's going to go up. And there will be frequent comments about Resident Evil 2 that won't make sense until that's released, and numerous jabs at 7 that won't make sense until that's released. So, fun! But at least it's new content for the channel, so that's always welcome. And, I actually had a very fun little argument the other day. I'm part of a science group. It calls itself a science group. It's a fan group of a scientist, but it tries to also be a science group. And it fails miserably at this. It's a fan group to Michio Kaku, which I'm fairly known for being a fan of Michio Kaku in the fact that he can take things that laymen like me can't understand about physics and make them accessible. Like, he can make it so that you can understand what the fuck's going on with this, making him an excellent science communicator, which is really handy. Because a lot of the problems we have is people just don't understand science because no one tries to make them understand science. They're just kind of left to their own devices, and then that's that. But we get 3 really, really common kinds of people. Now, there are 5 kinds of people in the group, but 3 are distressingly common. One is the conspiracy theorists. I think they make up the bulk of the population of this group, just flat out. And they just pounce on every possible conspiracy theory and just woo-woo argument. Then you get the creationists, not just religious people, but fucking young earth creationists especially, who just gotta shit on anything science-based, especially if it says evolution. And then you have the people who are scientifically ignorant and proud of that fact, like every question they ask is a gotcha. It's like, yeah, what could science say about that? And then you answer, it's like, well, no, what's it really say? I'm like, no, that's what it really says. The other 2 people are the people who understand science and the people who are scientifically illiterate and don't want to be. They ask real questions. And they're the reason that when asked questions about science, I respond in the way I'm responded to. So if you ask a question and don't ask all snarky, you know, like you're trying to get a gotcha, then I will answer you honestly. And if you reply civilly, I will do the same, and we'll just have a back and forth. The instant you start getting pissy, I start getting mean. Because at that point, it's clear to me, you're not here to learn, you're here to score points, and I'm not going to have that, you know? But anyway, I forget what the topic was about. It was some miscellaneous science thing. It might have been about black holes. It might have been about 5G. It might have been about anything, because there's a lot of shit that's popped into our feed lately. But this woman was just not having it. You know, she and I were in an argument. And then, out of nowhere, she just kind of messages another guy in the thing, you know, kind of like toning them out. Oh, abundant feast, nice. And tells them, like, yeah, the block button's coming. And I know what she meant. She means that, oh, I forced him into a corner and he's going to block me. But I'm a snarky little asshole, so I said, oh, why? Are you going to block me? She's like, no, stupid. Every time I school a person, they always block me once they realize they can't make any headway. I'm like, oh, well, there's no worry about that. You're not even close to schooling me, but let's see what happens. And we start going in, just going at it, and after a while, she's been name-calling me for every other post. So I finally start in, because usually I'll wait to do that. I don't just jump straight to that kind of shit. And, I specifically say, sweetie, because she's asked the same question 3 times, which was, that's right, it had to have been about an evolution thing. Or Big Bang or something, and she said, who created us? You can't answer that. And I answered it 3 times. And I told her the same thing all 3 times. Who created us is the wrong question, because it begs the question. It implies that there was a who, period. It just says, someone created us, which we don't have evidence that anyone, that there was ever a who. And then it implies that they created us, which means, again, we don't have evidence that we were created. So I kept telling her that begs the question. That's basically like the whole "when did you stop beating your wife" thing, you know? Any answer I give, including "I don't know," basically is a point in hers, and I'm not giving her that because she set up the question in a way that you're meant to fail, and I don't do that bullshit. And I told her that each time. I said the proper question is, where did we come from? And the proper answer is, we don't know, but we have several ideas we're working on. You know? And I basically said, you know, her name, Sweetie, I know you're not very bright, etc. And she just lost it at that, because it's fine when she condescends to me, but how dare I do it right back at her? Because she'd been doing shit like that to me the whole time. Like, you don't have a right to insult me. I'm like, actually, I do. It's not polite, but I absolutely have the right to do it, you know? And within 2 hours of arguing with me, she blocked me. And I feel really fucking good about that. I actually, for a while, thought that what had happened was the mods got sick of us arguing and shut down the whole thread, which has happened a lot to me in the past, which is why I think that that was a possibility. And then someone liked one of my comments in there, and I was able to find it again, because I'd been interacting solely through her for a while, you know? And when you block someone, they can't see anything you say. So I suddenly have access to the comment again, and I see all us people arguing with her, but none of her responses. I'm like, oh my god, she blocked me. After bragging that she schooled me so hard and that I was going to block her any minute, she blocked me, and that is a win. I'm sorry. When you can throw that shit right back in someone's face and make them block you, you won, and you won hard. Should I be proud of myself? Nope. Am I? You bet your ass. It's petty, but I don't care. I've never claimed to not be petty. I am, in fact, the opposite of that. I am, in fact, tremendously petty. There we go, trainer. So yeah, on top of that, I just, as like an hour ago, bought Kakarot, and I think I even went the extra mile to get like the Super Ultra Mega Deluxe version because it's on sale for some reason. So I basically got that bitch for the price of the normal one. So why wouldn't you at that point, right? You know what I mean? If you've got the opportunity to get like the premium version, there's no reason you ever shouldn't. Alright, now naturally, we're gonna send the Capture Cavalry out to play like we do all the time. I see. So yeah, I will probably do a Let's Play of Kakarot, but it's not going to be blind because I've seen Team 4-Star play it, so there's no reason I shouldn't play it in my own time first. And this will actually be a very short episode of it, because of This Week in Kyrix, for several reasons. Foremost being that I've got a tournament coming up soon, and I want to cover that. Now, at this time, I am still waiting on my taxes. I haven't gotten those in yet. That should be another grand, so that'll take care of a lot of other stuff. The taxes are likely going to be used if they're here in time for the girls' vet visits, getting them their flea pills and whatnot. Allegedly, we're going to get a mega bonus at work in the last paycheck of the month. Supposedly it'll be the maximum possible bonus. We all get it, and it is done regardless of absences, which would normally count against it. Meaning I'm looking at about $500 extra in my bank account on top of what I am already going to make for an 80-hour week. Or 80-hour check, rather. And I decided to give myself some breathing room. I'm going to take that 500 if I get it, because I still have my doubts. Right now we're still in the rumor stage. But if I get it, that is going straight into the rent. I'm basically just going to flat out pay the rent that month, or next month rather. That way I have my paychecks without having to deal with the rent. I just have extra money that'll hit at random points of the month. Well, not random, it'll hit 2 weeks apart like it always does. But basically, it's just extra funding. I'm going to take a huge chunk of my taxes and set them aside for theme parks. Specifically, I want to... I want to get money to do the Orca encounter at SeaWorld, and I want to do... I still want to do, rather, Gatorland, because I was thwarted. And it's just as well, because we had thunderstorms today, at least here, so it probably would have hit in Orlando where that was anyway. And, yeah. Oh, that's right. This was supposed to be the day that I was in Orlando to do Gatorland, if coronavirus hadn't been a thing, and I hadn't been cost 3 weeks of work, etc. I mean, especially with all this shit, with the taxes and the stimulus. Well, the stimulus wouldn't have been a thing, obviously, but with my taxes, oh yeah, you bet your ass, you know? I'd have had money. And I'd have been doing overtime like crazy during this time, so I'd have had a lot of money. On the TV front, apparently more dubs of My Hero Academia. After 3 or 4 weeks of waiting, we finally have episode 21, and possibly other ones. Because Funimation might finally start dubbing again. I've been watching She-Ra with a friend, the new one. And I plan to have her watch the old one with me at some point as well, just for contrast. And we're just kind of, gonna go from there. But so far, yeah, we're having some fun with this. And I actually took a personal day yesterday. I was scheduled to go in, but I had my bike fixed finally. Didn't need my friend to take me in. Bike's still not ready. Like, I've got to transfer an old seat onto the new bike because this one is a butt destroyer. You know, it just is. So I'm like, okay, I'm not waking up in time. I just have no energy. The bike is gonna fucking hurt me the whole way there. I haven't got the height where I want it. And it's constantly trying to steal my pants. Plus I didn't, set up some other things that I needed to in time. So I'm like, you know what? I have, oh god. Poor Raiders. I'm like, as of the day before, I have exactly 8 hours, well, it's more like 8 hours and 9 minutes, but I finally have 8 hours of PTO. I'm gonna call in and use my PTO and just have a fucking personal day. I've never taken a personal day. I've taken days off. I've like, requested days off early, like in advance, rather. I've had, days where I left early, with permission. And I've had days where I've called out sick or whatever. But I've never, until yesterday, ever called out because I didn't want to go in. And this is the first time. And I got a lot done. I got some food. I got goulash. Very, very happy about that. I had some goulash made and ate, and it was great. It was awesome. I bought like 4 turkey loaves that I will be eating throughout the next couple days. Got a new pan. I needed a new skillet because my copper one is not in the best of shape, and I really want it not to destroy itself, kind of thing. And yeah, I also bought a couple games on Steam for myself. I bought Black Wake. I don't remember what else, if I bought anything, and I literally just forced several of my friends to own Blackgate against their will. I literally, this is the message I sent. Like, recipient's name. Dear involuntary recipient of Blackwake. Your message. You now own Blackwake. Signed, the guy who gave you Blackwake. I mean, come on. It was literally $2. I can afford that. I bought a couple other games. I bought Blaster Master 0, 1, and 2 for the 3DS because I wanted to do them as Let's Plays following the Blast from the Past of Blaster Master. I bought the expansion passes for both Sword and Shield. So now when those come in, we're good to go. And yeah, I'm just prepping while I've got the money, and I still have like $150 left, something like that. So I've still got money on top of that, at least until my taxes come in, and then I'll have more money on top of that money that I already have. We're finally going to take it down and or I'll be defeated and captured again. And prove to everyone what a fucking idiot I am. Oh, we finally lost the dude, a Slaver Chief. See, I really wish in this game you were allowed to equip your guys. Like, for real. Like how I could pay extra money to make sure all my guys are going with plate and chainmail and shit like that. We'll wait until tomorrow. Give me time to heal a bit. Okay. Rebuild the ladder. But yeah, my troops are all premium, almost. Like, I mean, yeah, there's a couple of guys that aren't maxed out. But for the most part, we're maxed out. So we have, you know, good units. Oh, that's my problem. I don't have real armor. That's my fucking problem. I don't have real armor. Why don't I have real armor? Did they take it from me or some shit? It must have been taken from me. I was wondering why I wasn't an unstoppable juggernaut of death. That would be why. It's okay. Once I take this castle, I can buy new armor there. Alright, now we move on to the next stage. No casualties this time. Oof. Could be better. Something tells me the Slaver Chiefs won't be quite as good without their horses, but they'll do. They'll serve. Actually, we seem to be doing a pretty bang-up job on thinning their numbers. Oh yeah, that's not going to help me at all. Well, shit. Alright, I'm gonna need new armor. Real armor. Come on, game. I'm actually gonna start up a turkey loaf after this. That's the only problem is fucking cook. I'm gonna let my boys do most of the work this time. See, ideally what we'd do is we'd all stand down here and hold our fire until they waste all their arrows on us, but the defending NPCs never run out of arrows. Our boys do, but theirs never do. And that's kind of stupid. Oh God, we are cutting through these assholes quick. Hide under here. Survey the battle from safety. Oh, shit. Well, we got some reinforcements. Not enough, but some. Then again, like I keep saying, my guys are really, really good at what they do. And theirs are not. So, like, yeah, they have a couple good warriors, but all of mine are good. There's not a single shitty, low-tier guy in this army. And shortly, I'll have even more, because I'll just start storing my guys in the castle, and then, because when they're in the castle, they don't take up my resources, like my food. They do still need to be paid, but I generate, since I hit a big place like this, I'll be generating enough money to pay my garrisons, you know? And I'll just keep going out and getting the good stuff, getting good warriors, and just let them do their business. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're just a couple seconds shy of winning this now. Now that we've got everyone on the walls, attrition's doing its business. At this point, it's just pure fucking attrition. And it looks like I've got far less guys than I do. Because they've been... Oh, they're coming in from down there. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, we got this shit. So yeah, what I'm going to do is just store them all in the castle, minus, I don't know, some manhunters or something. And then go out and train more troops, and just transfer them here, and more troops, transfer them here, etc. And I'll just have this invincible base at my base that'll hopefully repel borders. Borders? Really? That'll repel invaders, and just build up my army, and build it up, and build it up, and build it up. And when I start having vassals, I will just give them premium fucking troops. Like, hey, here you go, rather than have you just do this thing, I'm gonna give you 80 marksmen or something like that. We're just gonna let attrition do its work. This is only, what, my 5th attempt? And I don't mean in this battle period, I mean ever, just 5th fucking attempt to take property for myself. Could have been a vassal for just about anyone, but no, I want my own land. I want lands that I own. More importantly, once the Nords are dealt with, I need to choose my next target very, very carefully. Like, part of me wants to take on, what are they called, the Vigir? Because they're very powerful, and I don't want them militarily to be the last man standing. But on the other hand, I can't really use their troops in prolonged conflict with them, cutting the marksmen off. Jesus Christ, I know they're all schlubs at this point, but how many more guys do you fucking have? That is a lot of generic-ass warriors. So yeah, I mean, part of me wants to save them for last, because that way I can use my marksmen. And the other part of me wants to do them first after the Nords, because that takes them out of the threat zone. And then once they're defeated completely and things have died down, I can start using marksmen again for the rest of the campaign. Plus, I'll still have the Rodok sharpshooters. So. It's not like I'll be completely deprived of my range units. Oh shit, my Swadian Knights are in. That means I must be really depleted if they're that low on the list. Okay, we've got this now. Maybe I'll luck out and all the fighting will happen here on the wall. I don't even want to know what my losses were. Fuck! I'm gonna stick with them. Wrong. The trick is to gang up on them so they can't fucking use their shields and shit. Gotta go for those flanks. The good news here is, because so many of my guys are depleted, that means we've got, like, my fucking infantry and shit. Like my hired blades and my knights and shit. Motherfucker! Of course. So, that was bullshit again, and I almost had him that time. Yeah, they're stripping my fucking armor. That's the problem, as they kept taking my fucking armor from me. Not that. Yeah, I had shitty armor. So, now we're just gonna do the thing again, I guess. Where I build up my army again. Alright, I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.